welcome, Lions. How's everybody doing? I see Manisha's face right away, so I just gotta always just say what's up to my man out in Calgary. That's amazing. Welcome, Lions. Welcome to yet another episode of Lions Den. And this week is a nice, interesting day. An interesting day. Now, I want to start it off by saying, of course, happy Thanksgiving to the Americans on the call. Oh, we got some people up in here. Nice, respect and love, Manish. We got some amazing people on the call here and a lot of people that are going to be watching today because today is American Thanksgiving. So for all those Americans out there, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving. Tonight's call is not going to be normally as long as it usually is. We're not going to take the full hour today, but we are going to take some time to just connect as the Lions that we are. And let's just go back to exactly why we do this. Why do we show up every single week? Why do we dedicate the time every single week to be able to come here, show up, connect with brothers? There it is. The first word is brotherhood. Brotherhood between men. The only time you look down at a man is when you're picking him back up. A rule that we need to learn more about because us men need brothers that are going to be able to hold each other accountable to be brothers. Blessings. The blessings from above itself, God. Today, I woke up this morning and yes, of course, like many of you that were thankful for today, prayed. So having the blessings from above and making sure that we are acknowledging those. And of course, the breakthroughs. Gentlemen, it may be something I say tonight. It may be something another Lion says. But be open, be receptive to those breakthroughs because this is what we do every single week. And I just want to break down last week because last week was very powerful. Last week, we talked a lot about mindset. But more deeply than mindset, we talked about the art of disassociation. Being able to disassociate your thought patterns when you're dealing with an emotional state of mind. Now, when the 7 common emotions hit you and 6 are negative and 1 is positive, joy is the only positive emotion we feel. When we have fears, sadness, contempt, anger, disgust, and surprise hitting us on the other side, how do we combat that? How do we be able to actually maneuver that? Well, the art of disassociation last week taught us solely about understanding which level am I in. Am I in level 1 thought pattern? Am I in level 2 thought pattern? Or am I in a level 3 thought pattern? An incredible episode to demonstrate and give you guys the actionables this week to see, did you keep track of them? Did you keep track of those emotional states when you got angry, when you got upset? Were you able to ask yourself that question? Where am I thinking from? Is it the level 1 spot in the driver's seat where I'm angry at the man driving me through on the highway? Or am I in the passenger seat, level 2, where I start to say, well, I'm alive, I'm good. What am I going to do? Crash into them, call the police? I'm okay. But what about level 3? Level 3 is the full art of disassociation where you can allow yourself to actually sit in the back seat with both your hands up and saying, look at Tweedledee, trying to explain to Tweedledum that we're angry right now. So when you understand the art of disassociation, it really gives you that angle to be able to combat when certain aspects and emotions and states of being holding you back from your success. Today, though, however, I want to change this up a little bit. Of course, there's the theme, right? There's the theme of Thanksgiving. And when I say the theme of Thanksgiving, I literally just finished a post walking up here to come do this with you guys right now. I was just walking down Water Street. And while I was walking down, I was like, I'm just going to make a quick little post for Instagram, right? Just make a quick little story post. And what was interesting to me is, look, I love the fact that Thanksgiving gives us a reason to be thankful. But why the fuck don't we do this every single day? Please tell me that. Please tell me that, gentlemen. Why do we not do this every single day? Because the problem that I see right now, is that we waste our fucking time throughout the whole year. We wait for Thanksgiving and they say, we're thankful. We wait for Valentine's Day and then we say, oh, I got to get a gift for my girlfriend. We wait for Christmas and we're fucking depressed because we're like, shit, now I lost so much money during the Christmas season, but I got to be joyful. So why do we have to wait to a day in order to do that? So as much as I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and I want everyone to be able to spend time with their family, you know, it is a national holiday here in the United States of America. And it's really cool because it's like second to Christmas. So at least it gives the value to the normal employees and the people that can take advantage of a holiday. Now for us, JC and I, we don't talk about it. It's a Thursday. You know what I mean? I'll take a day off on my Sunday, on my 7th day of the week. On my Sunday, you don't tell me anything to do. I said that I go to church and I do whatever I want because Sunday is my day. Outside of that, yeah, I'm going to work my 16-hour days regardless of holidays because I have a bigger intention. I have a bigger goal. I have something that is allowing me to push past just feeling motivated to do something, which is my God's calling, which is being able to actually help feed children, educate youth, and to work alongside today's leaders to make a better tomorrow. And that's why I spend time on a Thursday, on a Thanksgiving, on the 28th of the month, whatever you want to classify today as, but I want to show up for the Lions. So I just wanted to open it up with that because, being thankful is still a good art. It's a good thought pattern. It's a good way to actually understand how to become successful. So I want to turn Thanksgiving as a day that everyone's going out there and enjoying and celebrating and being able, and I want to take that thankful energy and I want to apply that to a lesson that can not only help you learn the art of gratitude, but to be able to truly implement gratitude. Because most of us want to be thankful. Most of us want to be in the position of abundance, of freedom, of wealth, and to be able to live that ideal lifestyle. But one thing that I've learned along my years, over the last decade of everything that I've been able to accomplish, is it takes a certain man to be able to actually take praise, to be truly thankful for exactly where you're at. This goes back to the philosophies of Stoicism, and Stoicism is very interesting because Stoicism gives us understandings that the men that conquered the world, the Roman emperors that conquered the world, were able to, no matter what, no matter where they were in the hierarchy of what they were doing, as even emperor, all the way to the peasants and servants, they could understand being thankful. They could understand gratitude. Now, you see, when we take the art of gratitude and we apply that in a strategic placement that can help us in this now next week, in this way, now we can apply gratitude to actually being able to take the next step in our life, personally, professionally. That's where it can get interesting. Some of the numbers, but just another example of just a young hustler that's dedicated to communication. Like, listen to the way he even just spoke. Right? He's showing up on this call. He's on camera. He's pushing himself outside of his limits. Gentlemen, that's what it's all about. Pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, usually, especially for us, is being able to be put on a stage and talking about shit. Like, you talk about emotions, that's a whole different game. That's like, we don't want to do that shit. We weren't conditioned as men to be able to emotionalize. However, but like just putting us on the spot is just like, holy shit, that's already stepping out of your comfort zone. So use this as a platform. Use this as a way to be able to actually infuse in testing yourself, to be able to push yourself out, speak a little bit, ask a question, get out there. I still remember when I was 21 and I was so fearful of public speaking. I was so scared at the back of the room. I wouldn't even put up my hand. I would never do anything. And then when people would call on me, I'd be like, oh, and I would freeze. But I realized the more you speak, the more you speak. You see, from being fearful to leading calls like this and being on stages like I do, being fearful only was the lack of repetition. That's all it was. Being fearful is the lack of repetition. There's only two fears known to the human mind subconsciously: the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. Those are the only two fears that will break you out of your subconscious mind. Every other fear is man-made. Any other thing that you think of that you're scared of is not. And I was contested this actually the other day because I said this to somebody, and they're like, "Yeah, but I'm afraid of heights. So is that like falling?" And I was like, no, because heights is not a fear. The fear of heights is just a perception aspect. It's the perception of you looking down and not feeling comfortable because you feel like you're gonna fall. So yes, it has aspects of it, but it actually isn't the fear at all. It's still your mind playing tricks on you. Because at the end of the day, if you walk up onto Dubai's, Burj Khalifa and you're on the top floor and you walk up and you're actually standing there, you won't physically fall unless you throw yourself over. Like, you're not going to fall. You know that. But the thing of looking over and being like, ooh, it's like it's like you're almost imagining yourself falling. And that, again, is triggering your subconscious as a fear, which can be removed with hypnosis. We talk about this all the time. But let's get into it, guys, because today I want to bring you guys some value. And I really want to take the topic of gratitude, and I want to bring the topic of gratitude into fruition the right way. You see, gratitude is interesting. Gratitude is so interesting because when things are good, think about this right now. When things are going good, gratitude is easy. It's easy. It's like, damn, I feel good. Absolutely, I'm thankful. I just made some money. I bought a new car. I got a new house. I'm grateful. God bless. I'm in that moment. And it's easy to be grateful when things are going well. But when things are going bad, when things are hurtful and harsh, that's when it's not so easy. That's when it becomes very difficult. It becomes very, very difficult to be grateful, even though if you really truly understand, and I mentioned this at the beginning of the call, the 7 common emotions that we feel and 6 are negative, right? So we're on a 6-to-1 ratio each and every single day, gentlemen. And when we have 6 negative emotions kicking our fucking ass, literally kicking our ass every single day, it becomes hard. It becomes hard to stay consistent with gratitude, because consistency is the key. We've learned this. There's enough YouTube videos and enough things online to tell you that consistency is what it takes. It is the all. If I just stay consistent, but consistency is not easy to maintain. So how do we do it? How do we take practical application and start to understand expectations and gratitude? Now, a simple exercise that I like to do, and again, consistency with action. That's where consistency makes a difference. Consistency is awesome, but consistency without an actionable is very hard. Right? I want to be consistent at the gym, but if I don't know what to do at the gym, I'm going to talk myself out to not going to the gym. I'm going to be like, should I do arms today? Should I do legs today? I don't know what I should do today. You know what? I'll just do it later. But I do want to go and I want to show up. So consistency, when we say consistency is key, one simple technique and tactic that I love to use. And for those that write notes, I love writing notes. I always have a notebook. In the morning, 3 expectations. Write them down. 5-minute exercise, gentlemen. Don't make it overcomplicated. Don't sit there and be like, I got to take a whole hour. I got to gauge out this. I got to figure out my workout. And then I got to, no, just take 5 minutes, 5 simple minutes and set 3 expectations for the day. I expect that I'm going to have a powerful day. I expect that I'm going to accomplish this one task. I expect that I am going to put smile on 10 faces. Very simple expectations, very simply just written down, close the book and continue your day. That's it. The second part to that is the gratitude. Because most of us don't ever, especially men, do not know how to actually acknowledge and actually appreciate what we actually accomplish. So as entrepreneurs in the room, what we do is we start up our day and we're like, I'm going to conquer the day. And then by the end of the day, we're like, fuck, did I accomplish anything? Really? I could have got so much more done. I could have done this. I could have done that. But at the end of the day, what you need to do is you need to write down 3 more things at the end of your day. Write down 3 things that you are grateful for and just write it down. Consistency in the actionable, not the thought pattern. Consistency in the actionable, not the thought pattern. You see, thoughts, you can talk yourself out. Actions, you just know, oh, well, it's my routine. Just like you brush your teeth. You brush your teeth. Same thing. Okay, perfect. Write down my 3 expectations. Perfect. Brush my teeth. Okay, perfect. Jump in the shower. Finish my workout. Do whatever I need to do. Boom, boom, boom. I'm on with my day. At the end of the day, it's like, okay, perfect. Now wind down now. Got to figure this out. Got to kiss my girl. Got to do this. Got to, brush my teeth again, whatever I want to do. And then boom, I'm just going to write these down. 3 gratitudes. I'm great and grateful for what? Don't need to make it elaborate. I'm grateful I'm alive. I'm grateful I can smell pepper. I'm grateful that I prayed to God today. I'm grateful that I have an incredible team. I'm grateful that I have a son that's 13 years old sitting in the back seat, listening to me, being a part of what I'm doing, even though I got 6 other kids that are going, that's crazy, Keyshawn. You got to be grateful, man. You got to be grateful when you have 6 kids that are all out and about and you still look like Keyshawn. I'll tell you that now. That is a grateful thing right there, my man. You get what I'm saying? But you get this, guys. Consistency comes from the actionable. Consistency comes from not just waiting a whole fucking year and being like, damn, man, it's Thanksgiving today. Like, I got so many outreach messages today. You have no idea. Like, my phone, like this phone alone right now, my iPhone right now, it's 196 unread messages. So that's a whole different story. But from today alone, I had about at least like 30 messages come in just going like, hey, Jay, You were top of mind. You were on my list. I just want to say I'm like, dude, you haven't even fucking talked to me in like a year. Like 6 months. You haven't seen me. You haven't liked any of my shit. You haven't commented on nothing. And today, all of a sudden, happy Thanksgiving. I'm like, shit, that was a very strategic outreach campaign. And we know all about that because we build systems for entrepreneurs. But at the end of the day, I'm like, look, why do we got to wait? Why do we have to wait a year? Why do we got to focus on one day? You know, this kills me with Valentine's Day more than anything. And I'm just going to kind of apply the same methodology. It's like I see Valentine's Day and these guys, they're like running to get flowers and chocolate. And like, I'm going to impress my girl. I'm like, dude, I guarantee you, your woman does not give a fuck about Valentine's Day. And if you do, like, she's probably going to be a little superficial if she's focused on a gift that she's going to get on Valentine's Day. Like, she just wants you to say, I love you and stay consistent with that. Like, if you can just show her that day to day, it's not going to really make a difference on what you do on February 14th. So if we take this mindset, we take this ideology and we start to say, you know, how can I make a difference in my own life with this? How can I start to apply this day to day with actionables that are going to allow me to not only be responsible to myself, but responsible to my health, responsible to my soul? Setting 3 expectations in a day and having 3 gratitudes at the end of the day is just like a meditation. Call it meditation, call it yoga, call it praying, call it whatever the hell you want. At the end of the day, the point is it's self-time. Now, I'll give you an example of this. Me and my girl, we've been talking in a couple of days now, and actually this happened last week, but it kind of transitioned into this week, and I'll give you guys a personal story of mine. And it was just, you know, this week I've been a little bit, just a little off. Like, I've been really focused on this. Like Q4 is like starting to really kind of get to the end. I know I don't really have much to do after the 15th. It's very hard to do business after the 15th. Of course, we can do our internal stuff, but like hitting certain targets, crushing out the year, getting the sales, like I got a little stressed. You know, my girl comes up to me and she's talking to me and she's all this other stuff. And she's going back and forth. And I was like, look, babe, I was like, it's nothing to do with you. She also runs my operations as well, too, mind you, right? So she's my wife on one side, and she's running my entire operation side for 4 different companies on one side. So she knows a lot about me. She spends a lot of time with me. And I was like, babe, honestly speaking, I just need a little bit of alone time. Like, I realized, she's like, what did you do so good in October that you were pushing so hard? And like, you know, in November, kind of like I saw a decrease. And that's where, when you have a good wife, gentlemen, they'll monitor your progress. They definitely will monitor your progress. Us gentlemen know that. But it was just like, why I went down there was, I was like, you know what? I just need some more alone time. I haven't really gotten alone time recently. And I thought about that. And I really thought about that. And I was like, you see, us men specifically, we don't really give ourselves that time. Like, when I talk about us not thinking and emotionalizing and why we show up to Lion's Den to be able to think and speak and to be able to really release and have a safe place for us men to actually come to, like masculine men to come to talk about some of the bullshit that we fucking deal with, that's one thing. But it's like, I actually crave that alone time. That alone time that I remember sharing with you, Lions, when I drove from Calgary, Alberta, all the way to Tampa, Florida. Like, that was 3,100 miles. It took me 48 hours. I had to fly JC into Minneapolis halfway through because I wanted to come here before October 1. And it was like, that drive, I gave myself 10 hours of jail time. And I'm not talking about the jail time when I was 17 years old sitting in a jail cell. Like, fuck, 17, I'm fucking. See, Brulio, you're 17 right now. You're joining next gen team. You're joining a leader like myself. When I was your age, I was sitting in a jail cell looking down going like, damn, how did I get here? So you're in a very, very good place, my friend, a very good place. And it's like, from there, the jail that I put myself into in the drive was giving myself the ability, the time, the accessible energy to just think. I turned off the radio. I turned off the music. I turned off any ebook. 10 hours straight of my first drive, 10 hours strong, was just me and my thoughts. Most of you wouldn't be able to do that. Most of you would drive yourself nuts before that even happened. But building that conditioning, building that energy, building that momentum within yourself allows you to understand. So now, going back to my conversation with my girl, I said to her, I was like, listen, babe, I was like, honestly, it's not that I'm off course. She's like, no, you're doing good on the business side. You're doing everything good on here. But she's like, I can feel it. I can see it. And I was like, yeah. I was like, it's because like I haven't spent enough time by myself. I haven't spent the time to actually sit by myself and calculate my own numbers. And I'm not talking financial numbers, because everyone will go, where are you at financially? It's the end of the year. Yeah, that's enough fucking stress to deal with, because everyone deals with stress financially. Nobody's at where they want to be, regardless. Unless you're on the call and you got too much money and you want to spread the wealth, give us all $1 million each. Sure, good, cool, let's do it. But if you're not, you're never going to be satisfied with where you're at. So let's eliminate the emotion from the finance. Let's eliminate the emotion from dealing with your team. Let's deal with the let's remove the emotion dealing with your personal family life, and let's actually take some time and dedication to focus on yourself as a man, as a leader, as the lion that you fucking are, and the king that you deserve to be. Because we are all kings. We're all kings to our own kingdom, gentlemen. The quicker you start to realize that, the quicker you start to realize, okay, it's actually not about money. It's not about time. It's not even about people anymore. This is the first time I'm releasing this right here, because I'm always about the third one. I always talk about, it's not about the money. It's not about the time. It's about the people. But the fourth one that I'm going to introduce now is it's about legacy. It's about your legacy. I was asked a question on a podcast recently, and he said to me, he said, Jay, he said, if you died today, what would you want to be known for? And I was like, shit, that's a heavy question, man. I was like, like, damn, I'm pretty good at answering questions, man. I'm pretty good at answering questions, but when you ask a loaded question that deep, it goes into some thought patterns, doesn't it? And when I was asked that question, I said to him, I was like, you know what? Like, sure, legendary status. What could I actually want to be known for? What could I actually leave on this world? Like, where is the impact now? Like, it's bigger than just the money now. It's bigger than building the team now. It's bigger than even just, educating youth now. It's bigger than even my calling. What's bigger than that? What do I want to be known for? Like, what will be written on my tombstone? Damn. What would be written on my tombstone? Like, was he just some guy? Was he just Jay Dahan? My full name is Jeevanjeet. Was he just Jeevanjeet Singh Dahan? Was he? But what was he? And I really thought about that. And I said, uncaging roars. Uncaging roars. How many roars can I uncage? How many men are on this call that have a burning fucking desire inside of themselves to be the best that they can be? They know they can be. Like, outside going to seminars, outside getting pumped up on YouTube videos, outside thinking that you're the biggest, baddest motherfucker out there. Just you being you. You striving for the freedom and abundance that you deserve as the man that you are. Especially in this world that we live in, with everything that is now conditioned somewhat against us. Pushing past the fucking bullshit online, pushing past all the stigmas and negativities, and just saying, I am a clear man focused on what I need to do to train my body, to protect and provide my family, and to truly show up for myself. And again, we're very good at the first two, because we love the money, we love the family. We're men. But taking care of ourselves, though, is the hard part. Taking care of ourselves and giving ourselves the time and the freedom and the accessibility is the hard part. Giving yourself a 30-minute break to go out into the sun and just to sit there and look up and just to feel nothing, to express nothing, to give nothing. They say babies are unconditionally loved, right? Babies in the new world, they're babies. Of course, you're going to love them. Pets, cats, dogs, they're unconditionally loved because they're pets. They become a part of the family. Women, they're unconditionally loved. And for those that can contest that, no, every man on this call knows that he loves the mother that brought him into this world. But men, are only unconditionally loved when we provide something. When we provide, we're always providing because it's instinctive. From our predecessors to even our next generation, we're conditioned to provide and to protect. That's all we want to do. And if you can give us a comfortable enough environment, we'll marry you, we'll pay for you, we'll do whatever it takes. We'll go to the ends of the earth for you, literally. Us gentlemen know that. That's all we want. That's why we're all seeking and searching a strong woman that can come in and give us babies and stand there with us and tell us that she loves us. And that could take us into the whole different trajectory. You know, I saw a statistic on Instagram today that 72% of men are more successful and live 5 years, not times, 5 years longer than all other men just because they kiss their wife before they leave in the morning. So for those married men, simple kiss makes a big difference. You see how the small things can make the biggest differences. The consistencies within being grateful and understanding where you're at can allow you to have the right thought patterns throughout the day so that you can make the right actions. And if you make the right actions, guess what? The results take place. Now I'm going to leave you guys with this one last final thought. And then I want to open it up for a little bit. And then I want to be able to make sure that we do shut it down a little bit early for everybody on the call today, because I know it is Thanksgiving and I do want you to spend some time with some family and friends around you. But I want you to think about this. This is the misconception that I am going to take, and I'm going to just announce it now because I'm going to take this ideology. Mr. Brown, you're on the call, so you're going to love this one as well too. I'm going to take this ideology because this is the fundamental psychological cycle that we have been programmed to do versus what we should be doing. You ready for it? Most of us, majority of us, are taught that the belief is step number one. Because if you can believe in yourself, if you can believe that you can do it, it's step one. Once I believe, then I can achieve. Napoleon Hill said it, right? Very, very well said. I'm here to contest that. Now, you see, belief is step one to the masses right now, because belief is something that can be manipulated. Values can't. If your value is strong, your value is strong. Belief, I can change your belief. I can change you to believe something else. I can sell you a product. I can convince you. I can move you around, and I can change your belief system. So that's why it's a flaw in the system right away that step one is not belief. Well, let's get back to it. So step one is sold to us as belief. Once you believe in yourself, great. Now you believe you can do it. Now, second step, I'm having a thought. Because now that I believe in myself, now I can have a thought that thought is going to help me actually cultivate what I need to do. It's going to give me the thinking ability, the contemplation, the A, the B, the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, perfect. The thought, done, perfect. Now that I got the thought, perfect. Step number 3, the action. Because now that I got the thought, I just now need to act on it, right? This is where 90% of people are going to fail. I would say at the statistic, 95% between that segue. I have the thought is there. I'm very clear on my executions. There's my action. Most people know what to do, but don't know how to do it. Most people know what to do, but don't know how to do it. So if now the thought is correct and the action is there, majority are going to cancel right there. You ain't going to do it. 10% is going to act. They're going to act upon it. When they act upon it, what's going to happen? There's going to be a result. Whether that's good or bad, there's going to be a result. If you do something, there's an action involved, there will be a result. The fourth and final step is that there's a result. Now, here's where I get interesting. Here's where I actually decode this to give you guys the perspective. This is where the misbelief happens, because we start with the belief. If I believe in myself, I'm going to have the right thought. And if I have the right thought, I'm going to have the right action. And if I have the right action, I'm going to get the right result. And the result is going to make me satisfied. I'll be happy. I'll get it. I'll make the million. I'll find the wife. I'll do it. But the problem is we're thinking from the wrong step. Because the last interruption between your result and your belief is too hard to hit. Because 90% of people are going to fail between the thought and the action. So you're setting yourself up for failure. Now, if we switch that in that same cycle, let's reverse a little bit now. If we were to switch that up, if my first step, I'm having a thought. Thought, step number one. Step number two is the action. I need to, as quick as possible, the emotional resilience I have in my thinking, I got to get as clear as I can on the action that needs to take place. Now, still a hard battle, but not 90 to 10 anymore. You're now going to Pareto's principle of 80-20. 80% of your outcome comes from 20% of your efforts. You switch the game by having a thought as your step one. So as soon as your thought is your step one, the action now becomes double the amount of effectiveness, you can say, in the action. You're getting double the power to actually act on that thought now. And then what happens? Step number three, let's just go back into the same cycle. Third step, result. Oh, damn, I got a result now. Ooh, shit. Started going to the gym, started pumping iron. I'm like, damn, I'm down 14 pounds. Like, I crushed 14 pounds in October myself. I did that 14 pounds myself because I'm pushing it. The action. At the beginning, I was thinking about belief. I was like, belief. No. I had a thought. Boom, touch the weight. The thought was touch the weight. The belief was, I believe in myself. I believe that I can be strong. No. The thought was touch the weight. The action was, let's go. The result was 14 pounds. Guess what that did? Third step became the result, which then took us into the fourth step, which is belief. The result actually infused the belief now. It infused the belief. We don't start with the belief. Starting with belief is the fucking motivational crap that you're going to see online and people pumping you up, thinking that you're going to go to a seminar and do hand signs and thinking that you're going to be the best of the best. That shit ain't going to get you nowhere. What's going to get you somewhere is understanding the action the thought leads to the action. The action then leads to the result. And once the result is achieved, guess what? It reinforces that beautiful belief. When we can apply this circle and this cycle, and we can continue to push forward, and we can make sure that we are stepping from the right entry point, that's what allows us to make money in the stock market or to make money in life. The right entry point. Right, my man, Keyshawn? The right entry point. Wow, like 97 cents right now, man. This thing's going to blow over $2. So get ready for that one. But it's like the right entry point is the only way that you need to understand how you're getting into the game of thought versus belief. Gentlemen, I truly believe we are one thought away. You know, I used to say this, my brand statement was, I believe that you are one connection away from changing the trajectory of your life. I've changed that. You are one thought away from changing the trajectory of your life. The way you think each and every single day, it's not about someone else. It's not what you know, it's who you know. No. First of all, it's who knows you. Okay. Third level. Let's get to third level. It's not what you know. It's not who you know. It's who knows you. But even in that capacity, it comes down to you actually understanding the thoughts that you're having, the actions that you're taking, the results that you're driving, and the belief that you're reinforcing. That's what's going to help you now start to decode when these 6-to-1 ratios are hitting you. And as men, like I said, man, like we're literally like boxers in a day. We got defense and we got offense. There's only so much we can do in 12 rounds. Right? Like let's not talk about the Mike Tyson fight, because I'm sure we can open up a whole different controversy on that. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, gentlemen, we're in defense or we're offense. You can't really do both. You got to understand that Floyd Mayweather was an undefeated boxing champion because he understands the game of defense. You couldn't touch him. Nobody could. Many tried. Many men got into that ring and did what the best they could, but many failed. All failed, I should say. Not even many. All failed. for him to be undefeated. The champion mindset, the winner mindset comes from those that can understand that it has nothing to do with belief. So when you are waking up in the day and you're using the tactics of even today's call, being grateful, setting expectations, giving yourself something to not only look forward to and accomplish so that you can feel good, but even as simple as making your bed, right? I always bring that back. Commander, that one Commander Navy SEAL on YouTube that went viral on that. It's like the number one rule to success is making your bed. Why you make your bed? Because if you make your bed and you have a horrible day, you come back at the end of your day, you come back to a bed that's made. Not only just that bed is made, you made that bed. You did accomplish something. You are the man that you are designed to be. You are the lion that needs to fierce roar, and you need to be the king that you deserve to be. So gentlemen, lions, kings on the call. You know, I always try to do this and always say that we're going to go a little early, but I want to make sure that I give you guys some value on a Thanksgiving. I want to make sure that you guys have the support and understand that we are here. Now, usually I bring JC in here for a second, but I'm just going to say simply, JC, put it in the chat. Make sure that the gentlemen know exactly how they need to take the next step. If they want to book in a call with us, book in a call, and we'll go to the next step. That's a simple call to action for you guys. I don't have time to sit here and sell you products and tell you what the next step is. I'll sell you 100,000. I'll sell you 1,000. I'll sell you 100. We got products for array, but I don't have time for that right now. What I have time for is the lions that are on the call that want to understand and represent the respect value for yourself to be able to own the lion that you are. Own that roar. So too long, the real men of this world are hiding in cages because we've been suppressed and we've done it to ourselves. It's time for us to uncage our roar and be the best that we can. This is why I'm going to continuously show up regardless of anything, regardless of any setback, because this gives me a purpose, an actionable, a consistent way to show up. And in 2025, by the way, there's going to be a lot more. So we got a lot more in store for you because I want to open this out to a limitless life. And it's not only just being a leader as a man. It's about understanding relationships. It's about understanding mindset. It's about understanding business principles and fundamentals. It's about understanding finances and how to scale your finances. Nobody's teaching this. Nobody's teaching how to do simple principles that actually allow you to have the right accounts in the right placements. For those Americans, as a side note, by the way, I'm just going to say, so if you do not know what an IUL is, just Joe Freeland is my new client. He threw me on this IUL train. Incredible. We're going to talk about that next week. JC, put that as a note. I want to give the lines on the call some value on how I'm self-funding my insurance policies, exactly how the Rothschild family did, in a very simplistic way. And it's like, you're already going to pay it. You might as well. Anyways, that took me off course because I needed to. But my point is, gentlemen, is that I show up on this call because I want to give you guys everything. I want to show you as much value as I can. I want to be able to be here. I have clients that pay me tens of thousands of dollars to work with me one-on-one. And I show up on this call because I want to represent the value for you guys to be able to empower yourselves, to be the lions that you are, to be the kings that you deserve to be. So thank you for being here tonight. Go spend some time with some amazing family and friends. And if you are by yourself tonight, take this time to really get back up here. Take this time to really evolve in your own mindset. And we'll be seeing you next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. EST, like we do every single week inside the Lion's Den. God bless. See you next week, gentlemen.